Welcome to another segment of the MCR. My name's TJ, going solo in this segment. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're on multiple platforms: YouTube, BitChute, Rumble. We're putting our videos on multiple social media sites: Retalk, Truth Social, MeWe, and I think I'm missing a couple others. I forget what. But in any event, wherever you're watching this video, thanks everyone for your support. In this segment, I thought I'd take a break from the hysteria of involving the politics of the last couple weeks of Supreme Court rulings, the release of them, and the hysteria surrounding these rulings. And I know I launched into a rant slash sermon regarding this country losing its soul. But something that developed this past week that I don't feel is getting a whole lot of airtime or news report is, and I see this as a huge plus, and I'm surprised more people aren't aware of this, but two nations are joining NATO. And even though you wouldn't consider these nations king of the hill militarily, neither of them are slouches. And in regards to Putin not wanting a NATO member on his border, well, that just got deep sixed. Basically, what's happening is Sweden and Finland are joining NATO. Finland directly is on the border with Russia, and then to the east of Finland you have Sweden. So basically Sweden's got Finland 6, as we like to say here. But I don't know if people realize militarily what this does for NATO, and since we're a member of NATO, I don't know if people realize what this does for the U.S. This gives us a heck of a presence in the North and Baltic Seas. And with the way Putin, his conduct upon invading Ukraine, and I know there's a whole dispute involving Ukraine, but with Putin and his saber rattling, and then his threats made towards Poland, this is exactly what Putin deserves. He deserves a couple more badasses joining our side, I would tell you. Sweden has a first-rate multi-role jet fighter, the Saab 39 Gripen. And the quality of this jet is on par with about anything in the U.S. military arsenal. And it operates at a reduced cost. Countries around the world are seeking this particular jet out, since, why buy a U.S. jet at double the cost when you can get something just as good at a significantly reduced cost? It also has a lower maintenance cost. So, from what I hear, this thing's quite the bargain. Something else about Sweden is they have a very advanced diesel-electric submarine, Gotland class. And given its design, even though it's diesel-electric, it can remain submerged for weeks and has a near silent running. So yeah, this gives us quite a punch there in those North and Baltic Seas. With this type of good news, leave it to the country of Turkey to be the fly in the ointment on all of this, because for a while they were holding up the admission of Sweden and Finland because they weren't happy with how Sweden and Finland, those countries' views towards the Kurds, which Turkey's having issues with. If you know anything about the Kurds, it's kind of a ethnic group that occupies parts of Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Iran, and they want their own country. And as to the legitimacy of this, I don't, who doesn't want their own country? But in any event, this whole Kurdish issue was holding up Finland and Sweden joining NATO, of all things. If you can imagine that. Uh, and if you recall, the Kurds were our allies in the fight against Saddam Hussein, and in that war, the Kurds got their area under control first before anyone else. So I don't know. You know, it's just one of those things where, you know, I don't know if you'd call it a lose-lose or a win-win, but in any event, that's what's going on with the whole Kurdish issue. With the addition of Sweden and Finland to NATO, and I'm going to be honest here, as I see our own United States military becoming weaker and weaker with this whole wokeism, political correctness, CRT, it's creeping into the curriculum at West Point, and I think I heard it creeping into Annapolis and the Air Force University. And forgive me, but I forget its name offhand. But you know, with wokeism creeping into our military, and how disheartening that is, you know, I guess I find some comfort in the addition of Sweden and Finland, especially when you consider the desires of Putin, and how in his brain he envisions some kind of restoration of what the USSR, Soviet Union, used to be, and you know, also let's not forget this also, with Finland and Sweden, that kind of makes the Baltic states a little bit more secure too. And by the Baltic states, I mean, let's see here, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Those countries just became a little bit more secure also. So this is really good news with the addition of these two countries. Our longtime subscribers already know that I'm no fan of Russia, given what I saw on the East German border back in the 1980s. Spent 3 years in Germany on the East German border doing patrols, and you know what? My default position is I'm no fan of Russia, and if that hurts anyone's feelings, sorry. You know what? I don't think you saw what I saw. Is all I can tell you. Okay, so I'll cease at this time. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for your support. Mac and I will probably be doing a couple solos here and there the next week or so before we can get back together again. So with that, that's a wrap for this one. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.